hell of a day for a women's conference. In 1989, when I began my career as a reporter, pregnancy discrimination had been illegal for a decade. I was married, but I lived in fear of becoming pregnant. Why? Because even then, it was clear to me that being a woman with children was not a recipe for professional success. Even today, a third of employers think it's okay to ask a woman in a job interview if she has children. It's not okay. 6 years later, in 1995, when I went to the Wall Street Journal, there was not a single female head of a Fortune 500 company. Last year, we reached a high of just over 5%, a number that's now since fallen. To survey the corridors of American business today is to find more men named John than women. And Harvard has now had more presidents named Larry, 3, than female presidents, 1.
I was born the year that Sally Ride became the first woman in space. She wore a spacesuit, and yet a decade later, women still could not wear pants on the Senate floor. In some offices on Capitol Hill, still today, pantyhose, sorry Meredith, are still required, as are skirts of a certain length and covering your shoulders. As recently as 2008, the Senate pool, which is an actual swimming pool that apparently senators have, did not allow women. Why? Because old male senators like to swim naked.
It's true.
It's no secret that the American workplace and beyond can be a hostile place for women, be it the factory floor, the boardroom, or a Senate hearing room. People often ask me, what is a gender editor? It's really simple. It's like a regular editor, but angrier. But if there's one thing that our reporting has shown over the last year, it's that the rules of the workplace are simply not working, at least not for one half of the population. And the anger is palpable. How is it possible that in 2018, when women earn the majority of advanced degrees in this country, we still have to work 4 extra months each year to earn what our white male counterparts earned last year? If you are a Latina woman, you must work 10 extra months. If you are a black woman, you must work 7 extra months. And then, of course, there's Me Too, a movement that has uncovered the seedy reality of what it is to be a woman working every day. 81% of women say that they have experienced some form of sexual harassment at work.
The New Rules Summit is our attempt to gather the boldest leaders across business, politics, and culture to challenge you to rewrite the rules. New rules for business, new rules for government, new rules for accountability, new rules for men, because this isn't just a woman's issue. In my own career, I've been fortunate to have bosses, men and women, who took risks on me. As an editor at the Wall Street Journal, having no more than 2 kids was the unspoken rule. When I found out I was pregnant a 3rd time, I panicked. I rushed to reassure my editor that I remained serious about my career. Thankfully, he cut me off midway and said, "You can have 50 kids for all I care." 2 years later, I went off to Beijing to be the China bureau chief with 3 kids in tow, ages 2, 4, and 7, and a lot of diapers. But stories like this shouldn't be the exception. They should be the rule.
There are many reasons why I'm proud to work at the New York Times. And it's not just the great parental leave policy, or the easy access to the sounds and smells of the Port Authority. One of them is that we are encouraged daily to challenge conventional wisdom. to uncover stories that have long been overlooked, to hold power to account, even when the results are uncomfortable. This year has been a testament to the importance of journalism that pushes boundaries.
We like to call our conferences live journalism, and today that could not be more true. As Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and Judge Brett Kavanaugh testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee, we'll have real-time analysis from our reporters and editors out in the field and here. We also have a breadth of speakers who can provoke new thinking about why some of these problems seem so hard to solve. Today's working groups are central to this summit. They are your chance to develop recommendations, a playbook for change, that will be published in a special section of the New York Times on Monday. Please feel free to share what you are seeing and hearing on social media with the hashtag NYTNewRules. And now, we'll kick off our first session.